Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Her. Today I want to talk about Robinhood and the market. And anybody knows, like if anybody's been watching this channel for the last 3 to 4 years, you know that I have been not necessarily against Robinhood, but my position has always been tread carefully. There's a lot of risks to trading on Robinhood. And I've said from the beginning, you know, there's potential liquidity issues here. The traders on that platform are not informed. They're taking too big of risks. The fills are bad. The platform is bad. To actually commit a trade, to do a trade, it takes a lot longer on Robinhood than it does any other platform. So I just kind of want to share with you some things that are going on and some things that I've been saying from the very beginning of this whole Gamestop and short squeeze scenario on all these stocks is that they're doing it in the interest of the broker or of their business. They're not actually acting. They're not trying to take away your freedoms. They're not trying to say, hey, you can't trade stocks and it's un-American. They're not saying that. What they're doing is trying to protect their business. They're trying to make sure they are in business tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And to do that, sometimes they have to cut the faucet off, right? They have to turn it off. I mean, same thing happens to penny stocks all the time. Penny stocks, when they moon like this, I mean, years ago, we've seen penny stocks go to $1,000, $2,000 before, and brokers have to protect themselves. They say they're protecting their customers, but they don't. I mean, honestly, no broker really cares about their customer. They really care about making sure there's the ability to pay the clearing houses. They need to put up money. So when the risk is high, they have to pay more money to their partners, okay? And more money is being asked from Robinhood for these stocks that they're currently restricting because the risks are high. People are underwater on these trades. And you're like, I don't understand how people could be underwater when they only go long. A lot of people are short. A lot of people trade options on here. A lot of people are getting their contracts exercised. If you don't know what that means, you got to do some research. Get informed. There's a lot of risk to trading these stocks right now. But first, before we get into some of the details here, if you can do me a big favor, hit the like button for the YouTube algo. If you want to check out the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord or options trading group on Facebook and the UVH Academy. And if you want to sign up for a different broker like Tastyworks, link is below there as well. But let's get into, kind of the thick of it and kind of what the issue is. And obviously it's coming to light because, I mean, the CEO of Robinhood was grilled yesterday by CNN, CNBC, everybody. And he said, hey, we're not having liquidity issues. If you're not having liquidity issues, why are you restricting people from trading these stocks? No other broker is. I mean, sure, some brokers slowed things down to kind of get a handle on everything. But now, Tastyworks, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Charles Schwab, they're not having the same restrictions Robinhood has. They're not having the same restrictions because they're not facing liquidity issues. And, Robinhood's CEO and Chris Cuomo, he grilled them hard. And honestly, I think he asked on CNN, they asked good questions to Vlad. And Vlad, he is not a PR guy. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but he is not the PR guy you want up for this job right now. And, he was very nervous. He was very skittish. And honestly, I think he has something to hide because then hours later after he said, hey, we're not having liquidity issues. And, Chris was like, well, why did you do it? He's like, we want to protect our customers. He did say during that CNN interview, though, that they did have to put up a considerable amount of capital for the clearing houses, the clearing firms, and for the exchanges and to meet certain requirements, aka margin requirements. As a broker, they have to meet these requirements or otherwise, just like anybody. I mean, this is the whole thing. It's kind of like in 2008 in the banking industry when people were just buying stuff on credit. Same exact thing is happening here. And this is exposing the system for what it is and I'm glad it's happening, exposing Robinhood for what it is. We've seen this. We know Robinhood is not a good platform. We've said this for many, many years. People are just like, well, it's easy to use. Robinhood, and you can search Us versus Her Robinhood, look up all the videos I made about it. And Robinhood, at the end of the day, costs you money from being down, from the bad fills, and they lie to you. Robinhood lies to you, and that's what they're doing here. That's what they're doing here. Because then hours later, Robinhood is reportedly borrowing at least several $100 million from banks, and then they raised $1 billion in emergency funds from investors. Emergency funds. Why do they need this money? You don't hear other brokers saying, "Oh yeah, we need to raise a bunch of money. We need to do this. We need to do that." It's because they don't have the money. They're using leverage. They're using credit. They don't have the money. And if you're on this platform, I mean, I get it's FDIC insured, but why go through the hassle? Switch platforms. Do yourself a favor. Switch platforms. You're like, well, you don't want to pay commissions. You're paying a whole lot more than on Robinhood than you would these other platforms. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you do a one-on-one match, you fail. I mean, I'm not going to go through it right now, but you're paying a lot more on Robinhood from the outages not being able to cash out than you would in a year's worth of commissions for the most part, right? I've seen many people in this community, in the trading community, us versus herd, lose tens of thousands of dollars due to Robinhood, and you would have been way better off being with a different broker and paying their little commissions per trade. I mean, it's the cost of doing business. You want to do business? Pay. It's better than free. I mean, I'm grateful for Robinhood, and what they did is lower the bar and made other people lower their fees to compete. I'm grateful for that. But other than that, pure trash. GameStop, I mean, Robinhood, the stocks are pushed. The higher the stocks push, Robinhood's going to have a bigger issue, and the stocks are surging. I mean, right now, at the time of this video, GameStop right now is up 46%. We have AMC up 49%. So the higher that these stocks push, the more Robinhood is going to feel the pressure. And honestly, I feel like, the Wall Street Bets community, retail traders are going to want applied pressure. And I don't think they thought about Robinhood when they did this whole thing. I think the whole thing is they wanted to squeeze hedge funds and big money, and they weren't thinking that Robinhood was going to be collateral damage. But I think through this, we're going to see Robinhood potentially could be collateral damage to this, and they're still limiting. As of today, they're still limiting trading in these stocks. You can only buy 5 shares of American Airlines. You can only buy 10 shares of AMC. You can only buy 10 options contracts on AMC. I mean, you could buy 1 share of AMD. You could buy 1 share of MRNA. These are solid companies. AMD, MRNA, these are not penny stocks. SLV, Silver ETF, Workhorse. I mean, these strict limits are exposing you that this is how bad they're down. I mean, Workhorse, you can only buy 3 shares of Workhorse. Workhorse right now, as of right now, is $34. You can only spend $100, invest $100 in Workhorse on Robinhood. I mean, this shows you right now how much trouble they're in. Their back's against the wall. I mean, the more they feel pressure on these stocks, I mean, Workhorse is only up 2%. AMD is actually down on the day. You can only buy 1 share of AMD. I mean, what is really going on here? And I'm telling you right now, they're facing massive liquidity issues. And I've been tweeting this out. You can check my timeline since day one that Robinhood started having issues and started proposing this. I have videos going back a years. I'm like, hey, is Robinhood going to go out of business? Is Robinhood? I mean, this is serious stuff. And people have a lot of money hosted or in Robinhood, whether it's funds sitting there or funds that are currently invested. You are exposed to this. Robinhood, I don't know if you want to call it a scam, but I think like the market and like investors, they over leverage themselves. So if you watch this video to the end, let me know what you think. Comment below. I'm interested to hear what your take is. Comment below. Let me know what you think. And as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.